It was a few years ago. I was at a parish in San Francisco, and I was at the University of San Francisco at that time and helping out with this parish, and I would do a daily mass. Not every day, but I remember a woman coming up to me and she said, I've been a daily communicant for 40 years, and I'm just starting to get it. I was stunned. There was something so profound in that, but it reminded me of a couple things, that it's continuing to come to this table with one another, that something happens. And it's hard to explain. It's how do you explain what it means to receive Eucharist frequently? How do we tell our friends what that means to us unless they do it ourselves? But I remember that. I think about that because it was almost 40 years ago that I entered the Jesuits, 39 years ago. And so I've been a daily communicant since then. I'm still trying to get it. But we keep on coming to this altar because we know that something happens here. Somehow we are fed. Somehow we are nourished. Like I said, I was at Gloucester for the last 8 days. Gloucester, the Gloucester fishermen, Jesuit retreat house there, beautiful location. We had fish once. Once. Who all of a sudden put a ban on fish in Gloucester? So anyway, I'm kind of like, no, not even tuna fish with a salad. They put out this list of, what do you want to eat? Do you want the hot dogs or the fish? And everybody signed up for hot dogs. When do people rather have pizza than fish? Maybe it's just me. But anyway, it's, so I kind of, I don't know, maybe I digress. But there was that something, I just know when I'm hungering for something, and I'm feeling, gosh, I signed up for this retreat in Gloucester, and I'm not getting fish. I almost snuck out to get a lobster. I thought the fish police at the retreat house would come find me. So I just was good and ate burgers and fries. But it's that sense of really knowing what we're hungry for. And, it's been at a table such as this that people realized that there was so much hunger in the world. And so started, St. Vincent de Paul Society, so started Catholic Charity, so started so many parishes helping to feed the poor. It was at a table such as this that people were talking about the need to care for one another and health. And it was often women religious who started hospitals, and all those hospitals. Last year, 1 out of 6 people in the United States who went to a hospital went to a Catholic hospital. I find that astounding, that sense of energy, and it all started at a table such as this, as people being fed and nourished, and somehow they're looking at what their hopes, what their greatest thirst and hunger was. They could touch the hunger and thirst of the world, and they could kind of connect with that and become whole. It was at a table such as this that people started talking about education for youth and how we can kind of include everyone in Catholic education. And schools flourished and continue to go, and they continue to nourish hearts and souls in schools. And it all started at a table such as this, as they felt that need for the world to educate youth in body, mind, and spirit that continues, and we continue to get nourished from this table, and we get nourished by this community coming to pray and to talk and to share our burdens with one another so we can carry on our daily lives. And so we find that sense of nourishment here. I was with a couple last night that I've known for a number of years. I knew them from Worcester, and now they've moved to Baltimore. So they invited me to dinner. We had fish. Appetizer was blue fish. Not everybody loves blue fish, but I loved it. Salmon. Then scallops. All the fish I didn't have in Gloucester, I made up for last night. But it was really the conversation that was nourishing. I was reminding them I'm on a couple of boards in the city, board of Nativity School, St. Ignatius Loyola Academy, and the board of Cristo Rey Jesuit, which is our high school, Jesuit high school in the city. And they've been educators for years, and they just kind of perked up. And they wanted to hear more about that. And because of their hearts, something new is happening, there might have been just maybe a little bit of a hole in them that needed to be filled. And so how do I get in touch with them? How do I get in touch with that school? I would like to be part of that project as well. So I'll take them, and they'll come and see and taste it and hopefully be attentive to that and be there as well. But as we hear of Jesus, the bread of life, as we're fed at this table, what is our greatest hopes and dreams for our world? What do we have to give? What is our greatest yearning? Who is Jesus calling us into being? And how can we we can't do everything. But is there a great desire within us to touch a great need of our world? And when the two come together, may our world and everyone be fed. Yeah, I've been coming to this table for 40 years. Just starting to get it.